Okay, Scotland versus Argentina in the autumn internationals. They've gone with a very interesting fly half inside centre combination. I understand the changes that have to be made because it's in the World Cup cycle. Gregor Townsend wants to obviously work out the depth of his squad and what skill sets each player can bring, and it gives him an idea of what combinations to work with because you are going to have that group pool game against much lower opposition where you can experiment with some of your depth players, and it also gives some players a rest. The one thing that he has done, though, that I am scratching my head and I'm a little bit unsure if it works or not, and this will be a very good test to see if this combination works, is having Adam Hastings as the starting 10 with his lack of experience at test level, and Finn Russell at starting inside centre, when I would argue Peter Horn is a good combo with Finn Russell for the 10-12 axis. The Argentinians will be targeting this channel a lot this weekend. They will be going for this channel all day long without fail. They'll be targeting this channel. So it's going to be interesting to see how they defend. We saw this little combination in the second half against South Africa, and it didn't necessarily work. Scotland lost that test match, and they lost their direction as well. They didn't get any points after 45 minutes. They were kept scoreless after 45 minutes in that test against South Africa, and they did change the combinations up, and the kicking from hand didn't go as well. The passing didn't go as well. The structured set plays didn't go as well. So it's going to be interesting to see how they start with this combination against Argentina. Adam Hastings, he has been bright when he has played this autumn. He has shown some real sparkle there in attack. It's defence, and Argentina are going to test that defence. I would argue it's going to be a very similar game to the South Africa game. A big physical battle up front. The Argentinian pack, much like the South African pack, is big, physical, and exceptionally mobile. The Scotland pack, they've made some changes to freshen up, rotate some players, and that is completely fair. They've also freshened up a little bit at the back line. Tommy Seymour doesn't even make the bench. So they've got two fullbacks and two fly halves in their back line for the weekend, which is an interesting way to go about things. So we'll have to see how these experiments work for Gregor Townsend. But this Argentinian side, they should not be underestimated, even though their form has been patchy. They should not be underestimated. They are a well-oiled unit, and their forward pack will be targeting this channel. One thing that could seriously affect how the game goes is the weather. So we can argue about the combinations and the experiment that Gregor Townsend's gone with his combinations in the back line, the forward pack. But right now, it's a bit of patchy cloud, bit of sunlight. But yesterday it rained pretty much constantly from about, I would say, midday onwards. It rained and it rained and it rained. It wasn't heavy rain, it was persistent rain. So if these kind of persistent light drizzle, light rain conditions continue for the rest of the week, on and off, could be quite heavy underfoot, make ball handling exceptionally difficult, and might mean a bit more of a tight, conservative style game. So we shall see. We shall see what happens. I'm going for a very close game. I'm going to go within a few points either way, about a 7-point margin either way. Could even be a draw. It's going to be very, very similar scoreline to last week. I'm not predicting a winner. I think Scotland have got a lot of experimental combinations there. Argentina have got some patchy form, but overall, their game plan is power through the forwards, experiment with the backs as well. So it's going to be a very interesting game. The forward battle is going to be interesting to break down, and if the weather has a massive impact at Murrayfield, it could also be handling skills, which means it could be a very forward-dominated game. Or if the weather's like it is today, with patchy cloud, patchy sunlight, it could be a very open, flowing game. We cannot tell. But I think it's going to be a very tightly fought game. And of course, I think it's maybe the wrong game to experiment with these combinations, but is there a right game to experiment with combinations and blooding new players? You can never know. You can never tell. But I would look at the 10-12 channel for Scotland as possibly being targeted a lot by the Argentinian pack and outside power running backs. So the outside centre, inside centre combination for Argentina, they're going to be running that channel. So that's going to be an interesting battle and an interesting channel to look at, the fly half inside centre channel for Scotland. But there we go. I'm going for a very tight game within 7 points either way. I'm not going for a massive win for Scotland or a massive win for Argentina. It's going to be a closer game than some people expect. It could even be a draw. Very similar scoreline to the South Africa test they had last week. But there we go. Thank you very much for watching. That is my little preview. And I shall obviously be trying to watch the game and watch as many of these games as possible in the Autumn Internationals to do my review videos. So thank you very much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and I'll have some more videos for you soon.